Right, good evening everyone. Welcome to this presentation for Eternal Seeds. I'm your host for this evening. My name is Maxim. So we're going to go through how this opportunity works and how you can best benefit from this awesome, wonderful opportunity. It's called your Eternal Seed, which has got a mission to provide a home for like-minded people to work together to practice the universal laws of giving and receiving, and to offer an activity where everyone can be happy and be successful and achieve their dreams or aspirations. How does this program be existing? The program has existed for the past 11 years. This is not an investment. It's not you're not paying anyone in all money on behalf of anyone. You cannot see it's a different platform, which is simply a crowdfunding platform. A system or structure that resembles a pyramid, which has got an ever-widening base. We do not sell positions here. We don't have an ever-widening base in our system. A pyramid only has got one top position and never allows others to come in later to ever reach the top. In this program, everyone gives the same gifts, working together in a voluntary team dynamics, receiving the same amount as they choose to give or pledge. In a pyramid, only those at the top will profit, while those at the bottom never reach the top. In a pyramid, people can lose money and have lost money. Now, giving is a traditional practice in many cultures, in so many different cultures around the world, where people tend to gift each other for. Sorry, my slides are playing up. So if you look at the Asian and Jewish community, gifts have already been given for people to start a business or buy a home. Same applies when you look at African Americans who, in between 1888 and 1934, there were over 134 Black-owned banks. But according to the same research in 2019, there were only 22 of those. Before banks existed to save African Americans, they participated in a practice of money pooling that has been traced back to West Africa, known as Susu. Susu is a short-term meaning that interest loans among friends, which means interest-free, no interest loans, which means an interest-free incident whereby people benefit from each other, helping each other, where people lean upon each other to help each other succeed in whatever platform or programs that they wish to achieve. Now, let's look at the different levels with Eternal Seed. There is a one-time out-of-pocket of $35, of which of that $35, $10 is administration fee. So you only pay it once for the life of the program, and $25 is seed that becomes your first seed. This program is only for those who are 18 years and above. On each level, you give a financial gift to somebody, then you in turn also receive 8 gifts when you get to the top. You follow your inviter throughout each level, and your invitees will always follow you, making this a real team effort. So from the $35 that you will start with, if you now you've paid your $10, which means now you're able now to choose the board that you want. You are not limited to 25. You can even start with the 3,000 board if you want to, but we encourage everyone to start from level 1, because if you've got people that are going to be joining after you, they can also do the same thing. Level 1 is the $25 level, which means when you now become the senior, as we're going to explain in the next few slides, you are also going to receive from 8 people that are going to gift you 25 times 8. You keep $100 of this, but I would strongly recommend that from the $200 you're going to get, take $25 and re-gift that $25 into the same board. That leaves you with $175. From that $175, take $100 and now join level 2. That leaves you with $75. The reason for this is now it keeps you also in level 1 so that you continue to earn from level 1 and level 2. In level 2, now you have gifted $100. You have got a potential to receive $800 from 8 people. That now means from these 2 levels, 1 and 2, you can now earn $1,000 US. From that $1,000 US, re-gift again at 25, and at level 2, that takes 125, that leaves you 875. Upgrade yourself to level 3 with $500, that gives you a balance of $375. From this now, from level 3, you're going to receive 500 from 8 people, that gives you 4,000, which means these 3 levels, levels 1, 2, and 3, now you've got a potential to earn 5,000 from the 3 levels. How much did you start with? You started with only $35. Level 4, which means now you need 1,000 from the monies that you have earned from level 3, that now gives you a potential to earn 8,000 from 8 people that are going to gift you. And from this now, you keep 5,000, you re-enter again that same level. You get 5,000, you take 3,000, upgrade yourself to level 5, and then take 1,000 now and re-enter the same level, level 4. Now you are active in all the levels. You've got a potential to receive 37,000. When you re-gift again, which means that now leaves you with about 31,000 from just $35. But some people said, okay, what if I want to grow very fast? I would recommend that to start with level 1 and 2, which means you need about $135. And then what you do is that you teach your team, you teach everyone that you are going to invite to do the same thing, and your program will move very fast, which means if this happens in a week or whatever the number of time it takes, which means you have earned 1,000, and if your team duplicates that, you find that everyone is also moving to level 3, 4, and 5 much faster as a team. We highly recommend that. The requirement of this, you can earn without even recruiting anyone, but everyone needs to play a part in this team, so we encourage everyone to bring just a minimum of 2 people. But if you want to grow very fast and be successful here, we encourage everyone to focus on a minimum of 4 people and above, and that will make it much grow faster. So this is the back office of Eternal Seed. Once you have registered, or if you are going to register, you come and click where it says join us. And when you're logging in as a member, you can just come and log in. You put your password and your username and password from that. Now, this is a typical board. So when now you have chosen a board that you want, I've taken this example of a 500 board. So if, let's say, your inviter is that particular person, which means now it allows you to choose from numbers 1 to 8. But because some numbers have already been taken, whatever positions are left, that's the positions that you can activate or you can choose from that. But if your inviter is on the left-hand side, which means maybe one of these 3 people, it won't show you the others. You can see position 8, there is nothing, but it doesn't give you that option to do that, which means you can only take position 1 to 4. So what it simply means that if I'm going to draw a line here is that depending on the side where your inviter is, that's where the board allows you to fill. So if your inviter is on the left-hand side, which means you can only take position 1 to 4. If your inviter is among these 3 on the right-hand side, the only position that you can fill are 5 to 8. Whereas if your inviter is the one at the top, just like we go to the first there, which means if your inviter is one at the top, it allows to take any position from 1 to 8. In this scenario, these positions have already been filled, which means the next available positions that this has been filled, which means probably the person who invited this person is from these 3 basically. So the person at the top here, everyone starts from the same level, which we call the freshman. Then you go to the next level. Once the position has been filled, if these 3 have been filled, this board automatically splits in there, which means now promote this person. So this is called the sophomore, and then that's the junior position, and that's the senior. Your goal is to get to the senior as soon as possible. So the whole idea is basically when this position has been filled, it promotes this person to become the senior, which means now this person is the one to create 8 new positions underneath here, which means now the person who's going to be receiving the gifts is that particular person. So everyone, for them to receive the gifts, they need to be at the senior level in that way. So this is a typical, another example of the 500 boards. So it also highlights how many people have been invited. If you've just invited 2 people or more, the system will highlight you as blue, like this particular person. If no one has invited somebody, they'll highlight a black. On this chart, there's no one who's black. But if you've just invited one person, the system will highlight you as green according to that particular person. So in this example as well, what it simply means that the person who has invited this person is also on the right-hand side, because that's why they can only take position 5 to 8. If they were invited by that person at the top, they can take any position from left to right. Whereas this side, these 3 can only fill position 1 to 4. The other thing is that if you want to maintain the same structure whereby your team is following you, wait until you get to the sophomore level, then you can start to add your people that you are going to invite, because what it simply means that they will take the positions below. So if it means this particular person, but if you say, let's say you take that particular position and you introduce somebody else, it won't allow you to put them underneath. They will take the next available position, which is that level. And then what it means, if they introduce somebody, it goes that way. So if you want your team to follow you just directly below you, wait until you are at the sophomore level, and then they can easily follow you in that particular way. Now, in this example of this, we're just showing what happens in right, let me get my mouse. What simply means that the moment these positions have been filled 1 to 8, the board will split into the middle. As it split into the middle, it promotes that person to be the senior. This person who was senior gets retired because they've already received what? 8 gifts or 8 donations from 8 individual people. So from the $200 that they will have received, they just need to take $25 and rejoin this board, but they will follow their sponsor, which means probably their sponsor is already on a different board. They'll follow their sponsor in that way. But in this scenario now, these 2 individuals, Make 99 and Make 99B, are now, because it will split into 2 and they become what? The seniors, and then it will create 8 new positions underneath the, as Sam applies here, which means new freshmen who can come in, and these guys now, they were freshmen earlier on this board, they now go to sophomore because they are now on position 1 to 4. Same applies with this side, and these ones now are now at what we call the junior level, and which means they are now next in 10 for them to start to receive gifts from other people. Now, the board can split. It doesn't matter what has happened. Like here, you see this example, there are 3 positions that have not been filled, but this side, there are 4 positions that have been filled. So what it simply means that the board can split there, and what it does now, this person becomes promoted to senior, even though this person has not received all the donations. What it means that this person will start to receive, because 8 new positions are going to open underneath there. And what potentially can happen is that this person can receive the whole 200 before that one has completed that. So the board doesn't have to wait until these 3 positions are filled. The moment the right-hand side has been filled, which means it will split and that person becomes senior, these 2 become junior, and then these ones are going to sophomore level. So in that particular way, this is what happens in this particular structure. Now, what we also encourage our team is that, we encourage everyone to bring a minimum of 4 people into the team. What we also encourage is that you can also create what? 2 more accounts for yourself. How do you create 2 more accounts? The moment you are senior, we are at that particular level, which means now you've got overall control of the board. That's when we encourage you to do that. How does it help you? Because it will only cost you $10 to create this account, because the same $25 is supposed to come to you, which means when you create that account, it will only cost you $25. With hindsight, I should have put this account on this position. That's why the arrow is reflecting under position number 5. I'm going to explain what it means. Why does it help? Is that as a senior at this level, these 2 positions, I will not need $35. I will only need $10 to activate the account. Then, because the money is coming to me as a senior, I can just confirm it. But what potentially I've done is that account can also generate $200. This account can also generate $200. The reason why I'm suggesting that you put this account in position 1 and 5, if you have got that opportunity, it simply means that now when the board split, like I gave the example before in this scenario, that one board can close much faster than the other. So which means the right-hand side might fill faster than the other, which means it's new advantage. You are not gonna slow down your 2 accounts in that way. So it will be in your best interest to put these 2 accounts, one there and then the other one there. But what you are doing is that you're only paying $10 for that, $10 for that, instead of $70. If you create an account at that position, which means we are going to pay $35, and then if I done the same thing, another $35, which is $70. But in this scenario, you're only going to spend $10 each, which is $20 to create that. So once you have activated your account, you can go into your back office. These are the details you'll see. We encourage everyone to use an international number, put 00 and your country code and the rest of your number in that. And here it asks you to create a PIN, which is a 4-digit PIN. And then you put the payment options, which we're going to talk about later, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Skrill, Cash App, whichever options work. But at a minimum, we encourage everyone to have Ethereum and Bitcoin because these don't have boundaries. It makes it much more efficient for everyone to do that. So when you log into your account, you can go to the profile and you can edit that information. So these are the payment options that we're talking about. Skrill, which means you can link this to your bank, and then also Cash App, which is mostly available in the UK and the US at the moment. But at a minimum, everyone in the team should have an Ethereum or Bitcoin account. You can add these as options if you want to, but at a minimum, everyone should have Bitcoin and Ethereum as a payment method because that makes it easy for everyone, and it can easily make it easy for you to send your transaction to the person you want. So what's the purpose of Bitcoin? This is a digital currency, it's the future currency, and it makes it easy. You can do your research on regard to this, but we encourage everyone to embark on the cryptocurrency, and it's much safer and much more secure and very easy to transact from one country to another much easily without you going to have the hassle of going to a bank and being asked so many different questions. So Bitcoin becomes the better choice. One, it's easier to set up. Bitcoin is anonymous. Bitcoin is also 100% transparent. It's decentralized, which means there's no control of the bank. There's no need for the bank to be asking you whom are you sending money and what's the reason. You can do it from your phone, or you can use it from your tablet. Bitcoin is faster, and once it's sent, and then there's a minor transaction fee that you have to pay for that. So this is an example of somebody who's already received or a board that has been completed in 200, which means that account becomes retired, which means the person just needs to rejoin the board and they've received $200. So this is another example of the 100 board, whereby 8 payments of $100 have been received, and what it simply means, the person can take another $100 and rejoin and always follow the person that has invited him. So in a simple or nutshell, this is how eternal seed works.